Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. I want to talk about something real quick. Um, we're hearing stuff about the Nintendo Switch 2 and shit like that, right? Um, you could tell from the title. You could tell from the title. These video game systems should last up to 50 years, and I've always had a problem with that. Anyways, it should, in my opinion. Imagine the PS2 still being around with the PS3, you know. Uh, but most people are like, oh, but technology and all that stuff. No, that doesn't matter. What matters is keeping the update for the system and keeping games alive on the system. That's what matters. All right. The reason I mention this, the reason I'm talking about this is because we right now we live in an era that people do not want to spend money on a console anymore. They don't want to wait 10 or 20 years. They don't want to win. They don't want to wait 10 or 15 years or even 20 years to get a new system. Maybe 50 years down the line, for example. Just saying. Maybe they wait for 50 years, and most people would be like, "Oh, this is unrealistic and shit like that." But it should be talked about. Just because you think it's unrealistic doesn't not mean it should not be talked about. There's so many people out here that that wanted the Nintendo Switch, the original Nintendo Switch. There's so many people that want the Switch and still haven't gotten it yet. My brother-in-law wants to get the Switch for my niece, and I already told him that there could be a new Switch. He's looking at me like, then what's the fucking goddamn point? And he's getting back into gaming, and he's looking at all these prices, and he's like, why are these games like fucking $70, $80? And I looked at him like, yeah, that's what they did now in these new generations of gaming. He's like, I remember when I was a kid that these games used to be like $60, $50, $40. I'm like, yeah, I know. So when he's like that, and then also I'm going to tell you another story. When he's like that, that's how you know things are going to change with the gaming shit. And also, too, my aunt pointing this out a long time ago. My aunt, she thinks it was stupid. She thinks that these video game companies, she thinks that these video game companies are fucking goddamn stupid of having a system coming out each either 5 years from now or 15 years from now. She literally thinks they should last up to maybe 50 years or some shit like that. Which at the time I was like, oh, I don't know. But now that I look at what her perspective is, because she's paying for all this shit, and obviously my cousins are already grown, so they're adults now. But at the same time, you got to look at the parents' perspective too, because my brother-in-law and my sister, they're parents now. All right, so if my little niece wants a Switch 2 or a Switch, because she was playing Smash Brothers on my Switch, and she wants a Switch. Why the fuck would a parent want to buy a system for a child when the system is just going to be replaced 5 or 10 years down the line? See, this is why I mentioned. This is why I mentioned in this video that gaming consoles should last up to 50 years, and these video game companies should put stuff for these games up to 50 years. Keep updating, keep putting new games on, and everything like that. And again, going back, you guys might think it's unrealistic, and that is fine if you think that's unrealistic, but we need to think of how we want to spend our money now. Again, going back, remember that video that I made about talking about the movie theaters are coming back? All right? These video game companies are acting like COVID never fucking goddamn happened. Okay? So it's fucking bullshit. It is. It's fucking bullshit. Yes, it is. It's bullshit. Okay? Ever since that pandemic happened, everyone is being smart and being intelligent with their money. Okay? No one's not. If you just bought the Nintendo Switch and you just bought the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox, why in the fuck will you get a new system when it's literally, why would you get a new system? And most people are like, well, just wait. Why will you wait if there's a system right there that you can just buy? You see? You see the problem that we see, you see the fucked upness that we're in right now? And it's not like it's not like it's just been like that for just this year. No, it's been like that for a while. Gaming like that has been like that for a while. You know? And then once we reach the peak of the graphics and then they just doing lighting and everything like that, that's when I started noticing that some of these people are not going to get these console games Because what's the fucking difference? What's the difference from the graphics from the PS4 to the PS5? There's no difference. Oh, yes there is. No, there isn't. All you did is change the lighting. Wow. 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 I already told my friend a long time ago that we already hit our peak with graphics, and he agreed with me because it's true. We already hit the peak with graphics. All there is now is being lighting and texturing and all that shit. That's really it. So why we can't have a system that lasts us for 50 years? Because it doesn't benefit these companies? We're the consumers. All right? We could tell these motherfuckers, no, things have changed right now, motherfucker. I hope you know this. All right? Gaming needs to adapt the way other people have adapted. And if gaming doesn't adapt, then they're going to wonder why people are not buying their systems in their games, for example. Just tell me you guys down below. Do you guys think having these systems for 50 years is dumb? Or do you think that it's kind of smart to have these systems for a long, long time? Then they can constantly update it and shit like that. Almost like, I don't know, like a PC. But not exactly like a PC. I mean, for kind of some people want to complain that these consoles are not PCs. But why they always promote that it's a gaming system? A gaming system is also a computer. Sorry. They even call it a computer system. Go to anybody that knows about computer shit. They will literally say that the Nintendo Switch is a computer system. They will say that. Because it is. It is a computer system. For kind of loud, your original computers it's still your video game systems. Why? Because they can play video games on it. It's a computer system. Your original computers can be fucking video games. Your original computers is a computer system. Meaning that your systems that you have in your own house, like the PlayStation and all that, is a computer system. Bar none. Hands down. Casa cerrado. Which is true. People tend to forget that shit. For no reason. Alright? I think everyone forgot about that once Nintendo put their freaking consoles in the toy market, and they were like, no, it's not really gaming things. It's actually a toy. Then they had to get rid of that because people would think, oh, these video games are toys. Now, remember that time when they were like, oh no, it's not toys. That these are on computer systems. You know, video game systems. I don't care if you guys are going to argue with me with the whole computer system and video game systems. That it still is the same shit. Right? Because without computers, we won't even have video games. Without video games, we won't even have computers. May I mention that video games started in the military and used it with computers and shit like that? You guys need to, if you guys don't know your history of gaming, I don't know what to tell you, man. All of that started in the military shit. Right? And these military people have technology that lasts up to 50 years. Look up the technology for these military people. You mean to tell me these military people can have a technology that lasts for them for 50 years, but we can't have that for a console? And someone's going to defend these companies. Don't defend these companies. Why are you defending these companies? You don't even know these fucking companies. You don't know none of these people that you give money to. So why are you still defending them? Why are you defending them? We should not defend any of these companies at this point, man. It's 2024. All right, this is the year of death and destruction, whether you like it or not, motherfucker. All right, death and destruction for all these fucking video game companies and all these companies over there, because this shit's not going to last that long, anyways. In a spiritual way, this shit's not going to last that long. Which is why I mentioned that if these companies really fucking goddamn care, all these systems will be around for 50 years. And all of us wouldn't bat an eye. Obviously, we have adapted to the point that we'll be like, all right, I'm not going to spend as much money on a console if I know I can have this console for more than 50 years. For kind of loud, our PlayStation, some of our PlayStation 1s can last for a long, long time. It's still pretty good condition if we took care of it and shit like that, obviously. Now, that's just me, man. Now, again, going back, a lot of people are different here. A lot of people just want to suck the dick of these companies. That's why when I hear about the Nintendo Switch 2, I'm just like, people don't even got the Switch, dude. Yeah, people got the Switch. It's one of the highest video game consoles right next to the PS2, which is amazing. But still, there's still people around me that still want the Switch 2 that still haven't got it. You mean to tell me you're gonna make a Switch 2 and then these people are gonna fucking try to get it? No, they're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. They might just get the cheaper Switch. You see? You see? What is the Switch 2 gonna be? Are you gonna do what you did with the 3DS? And I'm saying this right now. You better not do what you did with the 3DS with the whole fucking console, with the whole video game shit. Meaning that, meaning that your 3DS cartridge should not be different from the regular DS cartridge. It's so fucking stupid that you did that, Nintendo. It's so fucking stupid. Just because, oh, you didn't want your 3D games to play in your regular Nintendo games, regular Nintendo DS games, it wouldn't even work anyways. Just because that one, your 3DS uses high end graphics, and the regular DSs uses like, was it like PS1 graphics. You know, Nintendo 3DS is like PS2 graphics. The other Nintendo DS consoles is like literally a PS1. So people won't be that upset when you're like, oh no, I need to change I need to change what it looks like. No, man. This makes you look like a piece of shit, to be quite honest with you. Look at all the DS games, the way they look like. Because they don't want you to fucking put it on your regular Nintendo console, regular Nintendo DS console. It's stupid. It is. It's fucking stupid. And you guys all agree and look at it and be like, oh, yeah. I'm over here, you guys are idiots. You mean to tell me they couldn't figure out how to... You mean to tell me they couldn't figure out how to make sure that you couldn't play your 3DS games on your normal DS system? You mean to tell me they couldn't figure that out? They had to literally make the fucking cartridge itself different for us to realize that it's not supposed to be there? See, this is the shit that I'm talking about. The dumbness, the stupidness that these companies want you to fucking think. They want you to be fucking idiots. So yes, these consoles should last up to 50 years. Whether you fucking like it or not, you video game developers and companies, at least it would be good for you to not have a fucking panic of to make it a system every freaking 15 years or 20 years. Wouldn't that be good for you? But no, you don't. For crying out loud, you guys are already, the Japanese market, the Japanese developers are always complaining that these technology is moving faster and faster, you can't keep up. Yes, the Japanese crowd has been saying that. Japanese developers have been saying that. Don't say they haven't. Yes, they have. Square Enix says it. If they say it, what do you think Nintendo feels? Okay? Why do you think Nintendo still sucks with making shit online? Because they don't get it. They don't get it. So that's why we should have consoles that last for 50 years, man. Because these video game developers, these Japanese video game developers don't get it. Even if we had a console that lasts us for 50 years, they still won't get it. So let it go. Let it go. Fuck the online shit, to be quite honest with you. Fuck it. Who gives a fuck about it? Who gives a fuck? You give a fuck about it, that's fine. But these companies don't. That's why they have sucky connections with the internet. They just don't give a fuck. Some people even point out that Smash Brothers died, Ultima died, because the online factor, no one doesn't do it anymore. And I'm over here like, who cares? Who gives a fuck? If you're not playing the game Super Smash Brothers Ultima, if you're not playing that game, then something's wrong with you. You just don't like the game. There, that's it. You just don't like the game. You're giving a complaint saying that, oh, this game is not online, but you barely played the game to begin with. There's people that never even finished World of Light. Like I'm talking about New Game Plus. No one hasn't even done New Game Plus with World of Light. Am I the only one? Am I the fucking only one that did New Game Plus in World of Light? Because I'm looking at every clip of Smash Brothers, and no one never touched New Game Plus. Not even people that liked it. You like World of Light. You didn't do New Game Plus? I can talk. Again. I'm gonna talk about Ultima soon. In a new video soon when I talk about the whole bullshit I mentioned a little bit here. But that's just a side thing. So again, going back, what do you guys think down below? Do you think these video game consoles will last up to 50 years? I mean, you might say no, but is it? But let's be honest with ourselves. Do you really want to have a new system that? Do you really want to have a system that lasts us for 10 to 15 years or 20 years? Then you need to get a new one. At this point, at this point, at this point in gaming, do you really want to do that? Instead of having a console that can last for 50 years and you can update it over time, put new stuff in, grab new games, and then have a new console that would last for another 50 years. That'd be cool, in my opinion. These video game companies need to fucking think, man. And you need to think too, as a fucking gamer, as a fucking consumer. Alright? Stop acting like you guys have money up the ass. Stop doing that shit. Then eventually you don't have money to pay your fucking goddamn bills. You know? Or don't have money to fucking eat. Oh, but at least I got that Switch. At least I got a game that I've been wanting for a long time, but I haven't opened it. I'm talking, those people like that, those are what these companies are kind of catering to. Not fully, but you can tell that they're kind of catering to those type of people. I'm over here like, oh, God, oh, no, no. So tell me what you guys think down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Sorry about the light in here. It's bright and shit like that. It doesn't matter. But tell me what you guys think down below. Honestly, do you think these video game consoles should last for 50 years? And if it did, man, the PlayStation 4 would still be out. There'll be still games being made for the PS4. Hell, there'll still be games being made for the PS3. I don't mind. The PS3 era still is around. Fuck yeah. You know, for example. You know? Imagine the Super Nintendo lasting for 50 years. No, see, now you like it because it's the Super Nintendo. But you won't like it if it's some other console. What the fuck is wrong with you idiots? That's the problem that I fucking have with some people. They will say no to one thing, but if it's their favorite console, oh yes. Oh yeah, the Super Nintendo for 50 years, yeah. Oh yeah. So don't argue with this shit. Don't complain about this shit. Alright? You wanna tell me the biggest pet peeve with these modern consoles or with consoles in general? It is that. Not lasting long as it should have. Yeah. The PS1 console should have lasted longer than what it should have. The PS2 console should have lasted longer than what it should have. The PS3 console should have lasted longer than it should have. The PS4 console should have lasted longer than what it should have. Even the PS5 console should have lasted longer than what it should have. What are you talking about? They're talking about the PlayStation 6 already, guys. And I've been talking about this forever. They talked about the PlayStation 6 when the PS5 came out. The fuck is wrong with this shit? Are you kidding me? Go ahead and think that I'm lying, but you can literally look back at articles when the PS5 was already out. They were talking about the PS6. The fuck is wrong with you people? See, this is what I'm talking about. These video game companies are talking about consoles that just came out. Imagine, alright, how old is the PS3? I mean, PS5. A couple of years. Let's just say it's like what? 5 years. Let's just say it's 5 years, right? All of a sudden there's a PS6. Would you want to... This console's lifespan went to 5 years. Are you happy with that? Now there's a new fucking game. And then going back, so many people excuses would be like, well, technology is wrapping up. So you are just going to give to excuse to these developers that don't understand how these technology work. If you listen to Square Enix, because they're complaining, saying that technology is moving fast too much that they can't keep up. Like I said before, I don't have to repeat myself. You heard me the first time. So if Square Enix feels like this, what do you think other video game developers feel? In other video game companies? Why do you think not Nintendo, why do you think Square Enix is cracking down on AI? Because technology has moving so fast that they can't keep up with it. So now they need to use fake people to keep up with the demand. You see this? You see this shit? And this is the shit that people don't think of. Why are you not thinking of this shit? I'm talking to the people that refuse to think about this shit. Want to put their fucking head in the sand. Because no, you can't talk about these things. Why? We should talk about these things. And the fact that I am talking about these things just proves more that why we should talk about it. Okay? Put your foot down. Speak with your wallet. Okay? Going back, stop consuming shit for the sake of consuming shit. Then you're going to wonder why there's so many fucking bad shit out here. Why do you think people why do you think people are complaining about these bad movies? Because people are constantly consuming it, and people are like, why? Because you guys keep consuming it. And I'm over here saying that you guys don't have to consume everything that's out there, but yet you do because you're fucking bored and stupid as fuck. Touch some grass. Go outside. Fuck a bitch. Seriously, man. Seriously. What else do I have to say? What else do I have to say? Gaming has changed to the point that nobody, not even me, wants to pay a new console. I haven't got the PS5. I don't give a fuck about the PS5. They haven't showed me why should I get the PS5. I already told you guys this. I'm skipping this generation of consoles. Some people laughed at it and they scoff at it. But already they're talking about the PS6. I'm not curious what the PS6 is going to look like. But to be quite honest with the Switch 2, I can see the Switch 2 being like something like the 3DS type of thing. It won't be like 3D Switch or something like that. No, they won't do that. But I'm saying like, you know how the Nintendo DS was, and then it became like another version of the Nintendo DS? I think they're going to do that with the Switch. Because the Switch is too much money to be had. And when you really think about it, maybe the Switch could last for 50 years. We just have different versions of the Switch. But again, going back though, it's not bad. It's not a bad concept. But again, going back, are you willing to pay another $300 for another system that comes out every 15 or 20 years? 20 years, okay, I guess, but it should last more than that at this point. We're in 2024. You mean to tell me you can't have a fucking console that can last up to 100 years? Or 50 years? Come on, guys. There's old school cars that last up to now. Old school cars that were from the fucking 50s and 60s that can still be drive today without no problems. No problems at all. Yet you have a modern car that can't even last fucking 5 years. A phone that can't even last for 10 years. Guys, come on, guys. Come on. We need to be fucking smart. We can't be this dumb. We can't be this fucking ignorant. Look back at your old technology and shit, too. Because you're going to be wondering, wait a minute, why is that car doing that back in the 1800s when cars can't do that now? You see? Now you're thinking. Look at the vehicles from the 1800s. I'm dead serious. Alright? So don't tell me when there's good technology like that in the 1800s and you to tell me that this stuff cannot last for 100 or 50 years? Bullshit. 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 Okay? So I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think about the new Switch, the new PlayStation 6, if whenever it is officially. Because it's just rumors right now. We're just hearing it up in the ether, and we're like, why? It shouldn't even be up in the ether at this point. We should be talking about the PS5. You know? But the fact that I'm making this video and it's going to the ether just proves more how much people actually feel the same way that I do. Because I want to make this video. I want to make this video if other people feel the same way that I do. All right, that's one of the reasons why I made this channel. All right, because the reason I made this channel is like, hey, if I'm feeling this way, I'm sure there's other people that feel the same way. They might not 100% agree with me, but they can see what I'm talking about and be like, you know what, you're pointing something out that I haven't really thought of, or you point something out that I have thought of, but no one doesn't really talk about it because everyone just wants to be a fucking simp and agree with everything and fucking have their dick up their ass for these companies. Seriously. And maybe another good example is this. Look at Rockstar. Look at Rockstar with their GTA Online. You mean to tell me a game like that, you can't do that with a console? Make it last up to, look how much GTA Online lasted. To the PS3 till now, to the PS5 era. PS3, 4, 5. That's 3 generations right there. 3 generations of consoles that that GTA Online is in. And that's from GTA 5. So you mean to tell me you can't do that with any other console? But with games? And I ended right there. See, that's something to fucking thinking about.